All right, today you're going to take your first quiz on Angel here. Don't forget when you go out there, the website, the district145.myelearning.org. The address will be out on the board in the computer lab as well if you forget it. Just log on. When you do get to Angel, you'll click on Lessons, and then once you're within the Lessons tab here, there should be a couple folders showing up. First day papers, we were there the other day, textbook. You'll click on unit conversions and there should be a couple quizzes showing up. So we are in the metrics, which is section 1, and you're all going to take quiz attempt 1. Your sub will come around and put the password in for you. All of you should be able to take it today because I checked everything yesterday, so that will not be a problem. So a couple things when you click on it, and it's already said I have taken it, but at this point it will ask you for the password, and then you are going to click begin. Alright, through the power of editing I went back in and changed some things. So when you click on it, you'll have to put the password in. My password's already gone. When you click begin now, you'll start the quiz. Remember, they're all time limited to 60 minutes. It's longer than the period, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Click begin now, and it's going to remind you that it's time limited, and you'll have all your questions that will show up here. So some of them you're going to be looking for the correct unit that goes on here. If I convert 0.001 kilometers to 1, what unit's going to be greater than, less than, or equal to. We did some with those on the bell ringer. Determining what unit you would use, and then this one's just wanting you to do the conversions by moving the decimal point. So with these, you'd put the entire number on there. And then the last one, we did this as a bell ringer, identifying what type of unit this would be. So just go through, answer all the questions. Should be 28 of them. And I'm not going to worry about getting right answers here. I'm going to go ahead and just click some things in here. Alright, I'm going to go down and click submit. So when you click submit, if you have questions that are unanswered, you're going to get this thing. You click OK to submit it, or cancel if you want to go answer them. I'm going to click OK because I just wanted to submit. You're going to get the answer sheet. Now, it's not going to tell you the correct answer. It's going to tell you what you got right and wrong. If you plan to retake the quiz, and we'll talk about grades you need to get on this here in a second, there's a sheet that all of you need to pick up that will say quiz corrections. So you put the quiz name and which attempt you're on, whether it's attempt 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 if you get that far. You're going to list the question, you're going to put your answer, and then in this space you're going to take and you're going to do the work to get the new correct answer that you're going to put here. So you would go through, and every question that has an X by it, you would write down the question, your answer, right, and go through and do those for all of these. So on mine, obviously, I missed a lot, so I would fill that in. Once you fill this all in, you need to make corrections. For example, on my test, I ended up getting a 3.6%, so I would have to end up taking this assessment again. Before you can retake it, these quiz corrections have to be done. You have to show them to me, or we have to go over the fact of how to do them. So, like I talked about earlier in this semester, a few days back, you really have to know what you are doing. You can't rely on your neighbor to do everything for you as we go along. Now, your grade in here, okay, on the quizzes, I know that's a wonderful writing there. You have to get an 80% on every single quiz. So, for example, on the quiz that I just took, I got a 3.6% on my first attempt. Okay. If you fail your first attempt like I did here, the best score that I can get for my quiz grade is an 80%. Okay. If I were to have passed, and it's going to take me forever to write that out. If I pass the first attempt, okay, then we will take the average of your scores. So on my first attempt, if I got an 80, it's in my best interest to take the quiz again, because the worst score I can get is an 80. If I do better, I'm going to improve my score. If you get an upwards of 90, you might want to think, do I really want to take a quiz? It could lower my grade. If I get below an 80, or it could, raise it. So if you fail the first attempt, the best you can get is an 80. As long as you pass and you want to take it again, you will get the average. But on all quizzes, you have to get an 80%. The other thing about the quiz is down at the bottom, when you click the continue button, you will not be able to get back into the quiz, so you need to make sure you write everything down, because we shut off the link to get back to it. So don't get crazy and mad and click the continue, because you won't be able to get back into the quiz to do your corrections in order to retake it. So make sure that you get your questions written down before you click here, because as you can see, I cannot get back into the quiz. Also, while you're out there, you can use your calculator. You'll want a scratch piece of paper. The conversions will be on the quiz, so you do not need your little half sheet to use with that. If you get the quiz done here today and you get your 80% or higher, hopefully, you can do the notes that you started yesterday on unit conversions, and once you have finished the unit conversion notes, the railroad tracks, just head back into the room and we'll have a video here to finish up the day. If you need to take a second attempt, we can do that on Monday before school, after school, and we'll get that done once you have your corrections made.